Hello and welcome back to another video in the Road to EOS IO Hackathon series. Today we're going to be covering the judges of the London Hackathon, and this video specifically is going to be on Brendan Blumer, the CEO of Block.one. I'm going to review his profile, and then we're going to go over to Wikipedia and a few other sources that I found online to understand his background and what he would be looking for, so we can understand what he would be better understand what he would be looking for in projects at the hackathon. So, Brendan Blumer is the founder and CEO of Block.one, the publisher of EOS IO software. Brendan became an early investor in blockchain and began transitioning to a full-time involvement in the space in 2016 when he met business partner Daniel Lanimer. Prior to getting involved in the blockchain space, Blumer founded OK.com, a collaborative data sharing ecosystem for the Asia-Pacific property market that has grown to be Hong Kong's largest digital property agency. He has been building disruptive technology companies since 2001 when he was 14 and started GameCliff, which automated the valuation, purchasing, and reselling of in-game items in the world's largest online video games. So Brendan Blumer has a very interesting backstory. Once he finished his secondary education, he went on to start his own business. So at the age of 14, he was selling in-game items, and later on he went on to start his own venture to create companies that does the same thing, which is to sell in-game items. So his first venture was GameCliff, and which was purchased in 2015 by Internet Gaming Entertainment, where he grew sales to be $5 million USD per year. After 2 years in IGE, he started a new venture called Accounts.com, which was selling game accounts online. And within 3 months, the revenue exceeded $1 million US dollars. Before I move on away from the gaming stuff, so his gaming background actually brought him in touch with another very important individual in the EOS ecosystem. He is not as prominent now due to his legal issues. Then that person is Brock Pierce. So Brock Pierce used to be a major investor in EOS IO, in Block.one, but he has then since departed from the company again due to his legal issues. So Brock Pierce got his start in video game assets through selling Go on World of Warcraft. He was actually one of the people that were the only player, the largest player in the World of Warcraft Go market. He would hire thousands of Chinese gamers to play the video game, and then turn around and sell those in-game Go to North America customers. The two came into contact when Brock Pierce either purchased or invested a large stake in one of the early companies that Brendan Blumer was involved in, that founded. And they have known each other since 2012, so they have a long relationship even before EOS IO and Block.one. So he worked, Brock Pierce helped to build there we go. Brock Pierce founded Internet Gaming Entertainment, the company which bought Brendan Blumer's first venture. After his stint in video game and virtual assets, he went on to found OK.com, which was a real estate website that provided agents with up-to-date information regarding which houses are up for sale and just relevant information. I found an article written about OK.com. OK.com, he has since left OK.com, and OK.com has morphed into something else, but it was still interesting to read what they were trying to do, what the early days of OK.com was, which was providing relevant information for agents. And there's another very interesting part about it. which relates to Brendan Blumer's desire to use EOS IO system to align the interests of parties in an ecosystem. So I'll just read you in a bit. So this article is written by, it's an interview of Joshua Han Miller, current chief executive of OK.com. And speaking on OK.com, in the early days, he says that it was a property site with no agents, but we saw an opportunity to chart new direction for us, says Miller. He and his team went on to build up an online agency using technology and data to help consumers spend much less time in locating property of their choice. The interesting part comes in here. This is an industry where agents compete against each other, so they keep their best information in their pocket or in their mobile phones. Among conventional agencies, property agents used to hang property listings themselves and will only release information when necessary as they want to protect their commission. But this created a problem for consumers as they cannot have the full option for properties available. As an online platform, OK.com has vastly saved rental expenses on setting up offline outlets. It also enabled the agency to encourage its staff to share information with each other with financial incentives. The one who provides the relevant information stands to reap up to 10% of the commission once others have closed a deal. If all the agents in our ecosystem are sharing their information, the network effect is much more powerful, explains Miller. He believes that in this way, consumers will have 10 times more property listings from OK.com staff than from any other property agents, and they only have to stick with just one agent. Miller admits that he cannot force all agents to do that, but they will find that they have lost the opportunity to make more money when others are one step ahead in providing a piece of information. It's like a team sport. If you're trying to play football and anyone in your team is fighting you for the ball, you're not going to get very far. But if you could work together as a team, then you could do very powerful things. So it started as just a website with property listings. It was very up-to-date property listings, better than what was available in the market, which was individual agents keeping the data to themselves. OK.com was a platform where all this data was open available. Joshua Han Miller, after he purchased a majority stake in the company, turned it into an agency where its staff could use the information to close deals. So they turned an online website with relevant data, real estate data, into a tool and for the online agency he built. So instead of each agent in the agency keeping information to each other, they're incentivized to share the information. And I think this is what Brendan Blumer was talking about when he talks about aligning interests. He have these different agents that before there was financial incentive, it was much better to keep this information to themselves. Even they only stood to lose if they shared this information because they're not getting cut a commission. But by having that share of the commission when a deal was closed, if they offer relevant information to close the deal, it encourages people to share the information, and that creates a network effect because individually, the agents can't handle all the deal flows that's coming in. Someone else is better tasked at any moment to handle different deals. So by opening up their data and sharing information, collectively they created a system where it's much more beneficial if everyone shared, and everyone profits from sharing data. So that's an interesting part. So that's the first judge, Brendan Blumer. I'm going to do more videos on projects like Steam and Everpedia and EOS Knights. Steam and Everpedia, if you don't know, are two content-based, information-based, decentralized applications whose token model is, again, like Brendan Blumer trying to align the interests of participants, whereas EOS Knights is this game, EOS game that allows you to trade game assets with other players. So those two decentralized applications, when explored in detail, will give you a good idea of what are some of the things that he wants to see out of the ecosystem. So that's in the next videos. The one immediately following this one will be on Dan Larimer, the other judge, and we will have a lot to speak on Dan. So thanks for watching. I hope this video is not too confusing. I'm doing a little bit of simple edited to make it a little shorter. Hopefully it's a little bit more digestible. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll catch you next time. So this is something Brendan Blumer talks a lot about which is aligning interests of participants in the ecosystem. Individually, real estate agents have no incentive to share the information about real estate deals, because they could be sitting on a pile of 100 deals and they could only do one per year. But the fact is, if they let out those information, they gain nothing from it. When someone makes a deal out of the information they had, they gain nothing. With this platform, OK.com, where they actually create a structure where you do get a cut of the commission when you provide useful information, it incentivizes people to put that information out for others to utilize. So instead of siloing in this information, they share it and they create a network effect. The more people participate, the more useful it gets. The more useful it gets, the more people participate. It's a beneficial cycle. So to put this in, to let him put it in his words, I'm gonna show you a video of him going through the problem. I'm not gonna show the whole clip, just a few minutes of it. So yeah, let's go to that. Right. So he's talking about how the current model works and how the money flows just in one way. So,
putting it in the context of Uber, for example, you would have the value creators over there being the drivers, sending their information to a central server, and on the right side, you'd have the riders that were extracting value from the platform. And fiat is being transferred to a centralized entity, and of course, the reason that these companies are doing it are for profit. So a portion of the profit, or all of the profit, goes up to shareholders. And this structure is really, like I said, everything from Uber to Facebook, Airbnb, they all reside on exactly the same structure. And what you have here is a split between the users and the beneficiaries, right? And that creates a huge degree of misaligned interest. The only reason that these companies or shareholders are putting forth the products are for the money that they can make. And that is the entire business plan, is to maximize profits, and that drives our whole economy. But not only do you have misaligned interests, you have, profits give the only reason for service, and there's no user vested interest. The users don't really care about the success of the company in which they're using that product for, right? They don't care if Uber goes up. They don't care if Uber goes down. All they care about is getting from point A to point B, right? And that's their involvement with the organization. And that's the limited vested interest that this centralized structure is able to take advantage of. So moving to decentralized autonomous collectives.
So I'm not going to go over the rest of the video. I'll put the link to the video if you're interested, but I think I just wanted to put up that part where he describes the problem. And now it's up to you to think about a solution that that solves the problem. What Steam and IQ does, their token model, is trying to address that solution where you want the participants not to just go there for information or content or entertainment. You want to get the users invested in the platform, and they then become contributors to the platform, and that ensures that the platform is healthy and has the resources to grow. So